Welcome to Lesson 3 Standard Form. This is Lesson 3 in Section 3 of Chapter 1. And we are dealing with computation and numbers. So Standard Form is another computation and numbers topic that is quite important at this level. So what is Standard Form? So you know we've done a lot of rounding off and figures on. This is another way to express, right? So we're not rounding it off or anything. We are expressing it in a different format, right? So some numbers are extremely large or extremely small, right? So you might have a number like 500 million or something like that. That's a pretty big number, right? With a lot of zeros. But it's going to be tedious, especially as we keep adding zeros to a number. It's going to be tedious to express it with so many zeros, or the number might be really, really small, 0.00000000000 something, right? That's pretty tedious to express with all those zeros as well. So to easily express these numbers, we use standard form. Now, the next few lines, I'm going to read it as is, and then I'm going to explain it because it's best explained with an example, right? So to express a number in standard form, we put only one digit before the decimal point. Now that would require us to move the decimal. If it's 500 million, we have to move that decimal point 6 and 8 times to the left, right? So that we have 5 point something, right? So we move the decimal point so that there is only one digit before the decimal point, and then multiply that one digit, 5.0, multiply it by 10 to the power of the number of times the point had to be moved to get it by one digit before the decimal point, right? So as I said, we move the point 8 times from the end of 500 million. So this would be 5.0 by 10 to the power 8, same thing as 7 million. Right? So again, instead of saying it, let's look at the example, right? Let's look at the example. So in example 4 is the standard form. So A, 6,000. Now we know the point is not stated in the number, but we know the point is after 6,000, right? 6,000 point nothing, nothing. So it's 6,000 and the point is understood to be right here. So we have to move this point 1, 2, 3 times to get only one digit before the point. So that one digit is 6. So this is the same thing as saying 6 multiplied by 10, and we moved it 3 times to the power 3. And that's how we express that in standard form. The second one, 8 million. 8 with 6 zeros. The point, again, is understood to be right here. So we have to move the point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times to get one digit before the point. So remember, in standard form, the aim is only one digit before the point. So we moved it 6 times. So this is 8 multiplied by 10 to the power 6. Let's look at example 5. Now we have, instead of 6,000, we have 6,340. Again, we know the point is right there, understood, at the end. And we have to move it 1, 2, 3 times, yes, to get one digit before that point. So if we moved it 3 times, this number will now be 6.34, because We can't leave, it's not 6.0, so we can't just say 6. We have to say 6.34. 6.34, and we moved it 3 times, multiplied by 10 to the power 3. B, 100. We have to move this point 1, 2, 3, 4 times to get the point, one digit before the point, to get 1 digit before the point. So that's 5.71 multiply, and we moved it 4 times by 10 to the 4. Last but not least, 6,820,000. The point is understood to be there. So we have to move this point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times to the left. 6 times to the left. So that's 6.82 multiplied by 10 to the 6 times we moved it, right? So this is how we work out our standard form.